come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. Tonight I hunt with the pride. You can't take my pride away. I can sing with the birds and the trees in the morning, or roll like the storms way over the ocean. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible.
Today, from the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. New Orleans Saints versus Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
The first opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New Orleans Saints. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out 2-25. They begin on the ground with Kamara. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 19 carries, 92 yards, and a touchdown.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
Carr throw complete there to Thomas. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. They run it again with Kamara. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 10 yards, good for his Saints first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung.
The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it, and the Bengals grab it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Well, this defense for the Saints, they had certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
There's a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first.
And Tyler Boyd's one of those guys that seems to fly under the radar, but he finds ways to get open, and he has nice hands. He's averaged right around 80 catches a year his last 3 seasons.
The Bengals at 0-5, just a dismal start to the year. And they come in pretty desperate here for a win.
And think about this too, partner. We have not heard the dreaded vote of confidence yet from management. So when a team's 0-5, everyone starts wondering about their jobs. Will they still have one? That's coaches on down. They've got to find a way to throw that out of their minds and band together and play better football.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll give it to Mixon. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at second and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. On play action, it's Carr. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
On second down, Kamara. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now Carr. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second and 5 now. Carr. Open man down the field is Landry. Touchdown. Jarvis Landry. His first touchdown on the year. And the Saints are an extra point away from drawing level. Lutz with the extra point. And we are tied at 7. That time a 6-play drive. And it's Jarvis Landry who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Brandon Wilson now from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally,
and that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals have taken the lead. McPherson now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Getting set for their next drive. The New Orleans offense. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Now Carr. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Out to the left. That's where the tight end Moreau is. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Again, it's Carr. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Rocked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They've dropped 5 straight coming in, so right now cherishing this lead. And they've got the football as well, 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Michael Thomas now heading back onto the field. He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that, Charles. Defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him.
Yeah, I think so, because remember, throwing the football, that can shred a defense quicker than anything else, because as soon as the catch is made, he still has the ability to, yards after catch, get downfield, gain even more, score touchdowns, all of that. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch as this progresses, to see how they defend him and how he changes up his game in order to try and keep getting open.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. To throw his Carr. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Cameron Sample drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. Here's Blake Gillikin now. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. There's a look at receiver Jamar Chase as the Bengals get set to go on offense. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days on...
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there.
But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
Burrow. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bengals take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Well, we had a pair of division rivalries in primetime last weekend, Week 5, and we've got another pair of good ones coming up here in Week 6. Starting tonight, Cowboys and Eagles from Philly on Sunday night, and then tomorrow, Monday Night Football has the Broncos and Chargers from SoFi. That's going to be a lot of fun, no doubt. Kickoff 5:15 local time for that one out in Southern California. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up 2nd down. To throw, it's Carr. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Now Carr. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the 2nd quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you, because you're always wanting to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team. How do you press him, double him, triple him, all those things? But the best players show up each and every week, solid games and some spectacular ones.
And he has showed up time and time again. 65 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. Mixon with a first down carry. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Burrow on 3rd down. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. McPherson's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. That's the former Buckeye Pete Werner getting the sack. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Here's Carr to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he is going to have a Saints first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Carr completes it. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up the first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Now Carr again. He completes it to Olave. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 27-yard line. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. Carr now on first down. That's Olave bringing in another one. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Kamara up the middle. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
now to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. There for the sack, B.J. Hill. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Carr going to throw. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. B.J. Hill able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The kick by Lutz is good, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 70 yards. And the Bengals are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter play. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's McPherson now to send it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked by Logan Wilson.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Meanwhile, Carr's throw taken in by Landry.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Here's Carr. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked by Logan Wilson.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
Well, Charles, to quote a Hall of Famer from the sport, baseball, Yogi Berra's deja vu all over again. They had the pick 6 earlier. Now another pick 6 here, and those plays certainly have contributed to this blowout that we're witnessing.
Absolutely, and they're up big, but you and I both know that defenses are not responsible for holding the score down. And when you have a chance at a pick 6, you go snatch the ball and you take it the other way. None of this grab it, kneel down stuff. Take it all the way to the end zone, as we just saw there.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a play fake. Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
And the Bengals are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at their 38.
They'll hand it off here. This is Mixon.
And some room to maneuver. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
96 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards. That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that will extend their lead even further.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Throwing on 1st down, it's Carr. He finds his man, complete. It's Perry. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Carr to throw again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked by Logan Wilson.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense.